I'm Celia Carver. I'm from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
And I'm Mallory Harrington, and I'm from Charlottetown.
I want to take you back to Friday morning, if you can tell me what you were doing, where you were, and what happened.
We were camping out at Twin Shores. We're there for the weekend, and we went to the beach around 11 o'clock in the morning. And we were there, just there having a good time. There's huge waves, and we were jumping the waves and having a blast. And then we got pulled out by a riptide, and we couldn't get back into shore, and someone had to come and save us.
So tell me what it was like for you out there, Mallory.
Actually being in the waves during the riptide was, it was just terrifying. It was just, we just started screaming and nobody was coming, and it was just an overwhelming fear, like a feeling of, just ominous doom, like that. I don't even really know how to describe it, properly. It was just really scary,
Were you close to each other at the time?
No, we couldn't get to each other. We were about 20 feet apart. I kept trying to get over to Mal, and it just kept pulling me further out. And I just couldn't swim against the current, basically, and I was trying to get to her, but I couldn't.
Celia, what's going through your mind at this time?
Basically that we were going to die, because we were screaming and no one could hear us. We were so far out we couldn't even see the shore anymore, and we just were pretty much helpless and just pretty much thinking about our family, and that was it for us.
What about you, Mallory? What was going through your mind?
At that point I was like, I'm gonna die, we're gonna die, because at that point I had started swallowing water and just inhaling water, and there wasn't really a whole lot going on in my head other than just thinking of my family and thinking that I can't even get to Celia and we're not even that far apart. It was just really horrible.
Did you say anything to her?
My last words to Celia were, Celia, I'm sorry, I'm gonna die, I love you. And then I remember just the waves going over me, and that was the last thing I said.
And when you heard that, Celia, what did you think?
I don't even remember hearing it, because a lot of it's still really cloudy for me and I can't remember. And it was just, whenever she said that and she went under, Jeremy, the man who saved us, was there. Just perfect timing. And I was close behind her because I was just exhausted at that point. And I just, all of a sudden, I seen about 2 meters away from Mallory a man, and I don't know where he came from. Didn't see him when we were at the beach or anything, and then he was just there. And
sorry.
Yeah, so he's all of a sudden this guy shows up?
Yeah, he just swam over to me, and at first I didn't know if he even heard us or if he was just swimming, and I don't remember a word he said to me, but I do remember him saying, just yelling at you and me you have to swim sideways, and I said I can't swim anymore. I've swallowed too much water, but he just kept telling me, you have to swim, you can do it, you have to swim sideways, and I just tried my hardest to do that.
Mallory, no one really knows, a lot of people I guess don't know what it's like to go under the water and start breathing in water. What is it like?
I don't really know how to put it into words. I don't know, I don't know how to put it into words. It's like being suffocated, and all I was trying to do was bring myself back up, and every time I would go back up, I'd start coughing and just getting more water, and I couldn't see anything, and I was just stopped hearing things. It just I literally felt what every person who's ever drowned, I was seeing that. It was just, I don't know how to explain it.
You really thought it was over?
I remember thinking I'm gonna die, I might as well just I don't want to panic, I don't want it to be any worse than it is, I might as well just let it happen, because at that point I was just under the water.
So this person grabbed you, and how did he take you?
Well, he swam over to me, and so I asked him, I said, can I grab onto you? I remember saying that, and he said no, because I think he thought I was going to pull him under, and I remember thinking, I'm not going to pull you under, just let me grab onto you. And at one point he did put his hand out, and I just started trying to swim, and that's, I don't remember anything he really said. I was kind of in a daze just from, I was coughing and trying to stay above the water.
And Celia, how long did it take you guys to get to shore?
It's really hard to say. I can't even say how long we were out there for, because it seemed like forever. I would say it was at least 15, 20 minutes for him to get us into shore because we had to go so far sideways before we could start swimming in, and we came upon another riptide which took us out again, and so we had to continue on going sideways till we could finally get out of it and start going into shore. And then he said at one point the waves would start taking us in, and that's what happened.
Were you crying?
Not until he left. We were pretty good, and then once he left, that was pretty much it for us.
What do you mean left?
Well, after we got out and stuff, he asked if we were okay, and he was gone. He had 2 boys down further on the beach, and he just went over with his little boys, and we just went up on a rock by the shore, and we sat there, and just kind of took a while to process everything, and just sat there and cried, and then that was pretty much it.
You cry a bit too, Mallory?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's been pretty emotional for you.
Yeah, it's been really like incomprehensible. I can't really wrap my head around it. Like even now, I can't.
So you tried to get hold of this. You believe his name is Jeremy.
Yes, we know his name's Jeremy. That's as much as we got out of him because he asked us what our names were, and we told him, and I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Jeremy." And that's all
He was
we
a
got.
camper?
Yes, he was camping there with his 2 boys.
And you guys were camping too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think this whole incident has done for both of you?
It's made me realize how fast things can go wrong, especially at the North Shore and with the riptides and everything. Like, I've never really ever thought that that would be something that would happen to me because I'm such a cautious swimmer, and I never go swimming really, and if I do, I don't ever go over my head because I'm not a very strong swimmer. And it just goes to show how easy that can happen to anyone, to kids, anyone. And it made me appreciate the fact that I'm still here, and obviously it wasn't my time.
I've been swimming for a long time, and I've felt like I'm a pretty strong swimmer, and it made me also realize that sometimes you think well, if I get taken out, I think I can get back, or I'm strong enough to do that. And it made me realize that things can just change instantly, and you can do nothing. You can do
2
nothing.
minutes.
Yeah.
It must be pretty good to see you both here. And
Oh yeah, big time. And having to tell everyone at work and my family and everything. It's just so nice to see everyone. I was actually glad to come to work today, which is not usual for Monday. So.
and not have to talk about it, and all of a sudden I'm here.
Yeah.
I suppose you want to give each other a hug, don't you?
Yes.
What would you like to say now? We haven't been able to locate him, and the campground is trying to find him. What would you like to say to this person who, I guess, saved your life?
Do you want to go first, or does it matter?
He was so unscathed by it, but I think he doesn't even realize that he was the only thing standing between life and a really terrible death. And he needs to know that. He needs a medal. He saved us, and
Yeah.
he was just so modest about it. People need to know who he is.
Well, he's our hero basically, and he saved our lives.
Okay, well, thanks very much, and glad you're both here to share this story.
Thank you.
Thank you.